Hello, everybody. Who's ready? Oh, I was less framed than I thought. How are you, everybody? Welcome to what's going to be a fantastic day here of Clash Royale. That's right, the Queso Cup playoffs. Playoffs are here, and I know that I personally am super pumped for it. I hope that you guys are pumped for it too. Hello, I'm Rich Slayton, caster for Clash Royale League, and of course other fun Clash Royale stuff, and this is my channel, your home for the most fun place in Clash Royale esports. That's right, the most fun place for Clash Royale esports. I said it once and I'll say it again. Let's go and take a look at what's happening today, folks. What is going on? Well, this is the Queso Cup Finals weekend. Playoffs. Yeah, that's right. We're in the playoffs, folks. We had our first phase. Invited teams made it in. Qualified teams made it in. One community team made it in. Now we went to the round robin phase. And now here we are in our finals. The playoff weekend. $7,500 to first place. $4K to second. And just by making it to these playoffs, you get, well, some money. $500 to the teams. But of course, you saw points as well. More on that later. Bracket for today. Today is the quarterfinals. We'll be watching Tribe Gaming versus Team Queso and CHIVAS Esports versus Strangers TIKIS. The winners of those two matches will move on to go face the undefeated PUIGINS and CALALAS. Two CALALAS org teams, both here, both ready to rock, and both killing it this year. Absolutely killing it in this competition. We'll be seeing both of those teams today, and it will be a blast. Or no, both those teams tomorrow. My bad. Tomorrow. Did he say playoffs? Are we talking about playoffs? It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And I didn't know they were going back there. Hey, everybody. And talking about what this whole event is, because again, it's not just this one split, not just today's playoffs. Today's playoffs have points implications for our overall year. This is split 1, March and April. But guess what? There's a split 2 this summer, July and August, and then last chance qualifiers into our grand finals. Remember, a year-long event, lots of money on the line throughout this year. In fact, getting through today is pretty important for these teams, getting good points for today to try to qualify for that grand final, because the grand final, end of the year, that's where the big $15,000 first prize comes in. $65K all year. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty pumped to see this $65K play out, see who takes it down, who gets it done, who's going to be our overall winners for the event. And we should be getting some more stuff up here in just 1 minute. Let's see. I didn't miss anything. No, you didn't sleep in late. I had to get my coffee too. Boom, here I am, caffeinated and ready to go. And I would answer the question of the person in the chat, but they have an inappropriate name. So unfortunately, person in chat with name I can't put on screen. Can't help you out. So there you have it. And our first matchup, Queso versus Tribe Gaming, like all of our matchups today, taking place in a BO5 format. First set, King of the Hill. Second set, 1v1 duel mode, in-game duels. Third set, King of the Hill again, and if necessary, another 1v1 duels and another King of the Hill. That's what's going down. That's how it's happening. That's the plan for today and throughout the weekend. Today, playoffs, quarterfinals tomorrow, the semifinals, and the grand final. So if you haven't yet, subscribe. Make sure you're here for all of it, because it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And we should have our first matchup here in just a moment between these two squads. xAlee versus Bale will be our first one. Team Queso for this event, Surgical Goblin, Javi 14, Bale, and Kodigo. Tribe Gaming with Wallace, Sandbox, Betfas, and xAlee. How can anybody enter? Well, you can't enter into this one today, but there are open qualifiers for the next one. For those of you who want to know, you can always go to esports.clashroyale.com esports.clashroyale.com for all your Clash Royale esports information. If you want to know how to enter into this, the future of this, or similar ones like it. But right now, we got gameplay. Let's go get it. Let me go ahead and bring the gameplay audio up just a little bit. Let's see if Bale is running just regular old pigs or mirror pigs today. Just some minor wall breakers cycle for xAlee. Keep in mind here, in this version of Clash Royale, King of the Hill, no deck restrictions. There are no ban cards. You can repeat cards, just nothing. So go ahead and get it. And the minor Musk variation. xAlee going Musk, which is interesting with minor wall breakers. Hannibal asking if it's possible to become a top 100 player in 2 years. Yeah, that's possible. Not easy. What's interesting here with Bale's deck, no champion. Typically no champion, so some say that the Giant Skeleton is like a champion in its own right. You don't get that 3-card cycle, though. Two-two split. Bomb Tower picks up in the middle. Bomb Tower certainly nice in this matchup, and so far things going okay on the defensive end. Minor to the inside here. Good minor placement. Arrows take care of business, though. Look for Bale to try to do that again when arrows are not in cycle. If arrows are not in cycle, when they're not in cycle, where they're not in cycle. What other question words can I toss in here? Minor to the back. Poison going to work on the flying machine. Wall breakers do not connect. Giant Skeleton on the right is not going to be that big of a problem because of how much Bale has to focus on that left-hand side. Musketeer is going to actually force out more from Bale here. Instead, he just takes the Muskie. Takes the Muskie, minor to the back, wall breakers high. xAlee putting the hurt on it. Very difficult for Bale to break through. And now xAlee just putting some opposite lane pressure here. And maybe trying to avoid that fish boy doesn't matter. Bomb tower high from xAlee, and that's actually a nice little bomb tower. Doesn't need it to defend against the flying machine because of the musketeer, but you see that it did help out. This is the problem, though. Now that we get into late double and into triple elixir, the mirror is almost makes up for the lack of a 3-card cycle as you bomb tower to defend the first set of pigs. We're going to see xAlee, I think, assuming this game continues into triple, defend the first set of pigs with DPS, right, with damage, log, skellies, maybe the musketeer, and save the bomb tower for the mirror pigs. Otherwise, those mirror pigs are going to be a problem. But the other problem here for Bale is the lead might be too much. 989 to a 1859. Split pigs go to the bomb tower, so Bale does defend, and he has to because they're split. I think he maybe should have tanked that and kept the bomb tower for the potential mirror. Instead, it's not mirror pigs right now. Wall breakers in a sneak create some problems, but Minor is completely being left alone as the Mighty Minor's taking up high. Pig to the right-hand side here for Bale. Now mirror to the left-hand side. Bomb tower should be available, and it is. Misses one pig, but there's 2 flying machines on the board. Flying machines are going to try to get on tower here. The wall breakers do a great job of blocking the connection, and that should be sufficient. Pigs in one more time. Minor to the inside. Bomb tower going to be there. No problems. No questions asked. xAlee easy does it. managed the game perfectly and gets that big win against Bale. GG, well played. GG, well played, and a little how do you do there. Let me turn this music down just a bit, realizing it's kind of high at the moment. Game number 1, going to Team Queso. Going to Tribe Gaming, my mistake. Big game number 1 going to Tribe Gaming. Wallace, Sandbox, Betfas, and xAlee. Like, this would be a total top-tier team in any other year of Clash Royale except for what PUIGINS has. Right? Wallace, Sandbox, Betfas, xAlee is a good team. It's a really good team. Would be competitive, and they have a good chance of getting past Queso with Surgical Goblin, Javi, Bale, and Kodigo. Tribe Gaming's probably the favorite in this matchup. But then they have to go right into PUIGINS, and what are you going to do against that roster of Molite, Lucas, Mugi, and Griko? What are you doing there? Where's the champion? No champion in that deck. That's a championless deck. All right, xAlee stays up. No problems for him. And I don't know who's up next for Team Queso. I'll find out when you find out. Beach Buggy Racing saying they should already give the title to PUIGINS, maybe. Pro Noob over on Twitch. We are both on YouTube and Twitch, by the way. Wherever you want to watch, you can watch. That's up for you. All right, here we go. xAlee, almost ready for gameplay. Going to be Surgical Goblin as his opponent for this one. And Jesus Vasquez asking, do I have a creator code? Yes, absolutely. Don't know why it's not triggering right now. There we go. Boom. Right down there. Code RICH. If you want to use my creator code in the shop, in any Supercell shop, feel free. And if you don't use my code, use someone's code. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. Surgical Goblin. And they are taking us a little bit long to switch over the clean feed. I'll see if I can... So RG into Mortar Cannon Cart. We'll be curious to see Surgical Goblin's plan for breaking through against this. Of course, you see Surgical Goblin, not just a silver play button, and yes, I am awaiting my silver play button. Thanks for, I saw someone ask about that earlier. Surgical Goblin with the gold button in the background, flexing that milli. In terms of YouTube subscribers. So, first 2 minutes away, 26-70 to 21-87. And Pigs go opposite lane here. And no building was going to make this a little bit annoying. And you see the Fish Boy played high. King Tower activation not in the cards for this one. Question for Surge is, can he make use of that monk in a meaningful way? And he's going to get a reflection on the mortar here. That was not a great mortar from xAlee, in my opinion. This is going to be reflected cannon cart damage, reflected mortar damage. Maybe he's going to get it down just to have it cycled for the next push, but very curious choice there out of the Tribe Gaming player. But by the way, I love the exposed beams in his room. They're tremendous. Really nice to look at. Phenomenal architectural feature. Cannon Cart does get down late enough to not take too much monk damage, and big blows both directions. 1782 top right-hand side, 1467 on the bottom left-hand lane. Surgical Goblin with the lead as we are 15 seconds and change into sudden death overtime. Fireball not quite doing enough against these pigs, though. Lead changes right back to xAlee and Tribe Gaming. Surgical Goblin, will we see him set up? One to the right, one to the left. He does have Monk down. He's going to go ahead and stack behind it for the moment. And nicely timed reflection, Hunter plus Fishboy working behind. And a smart Mighty Miner ability just to break that up. RG at the bridge here, aggressive. Trying to see if he can outcycle this mortar. And he's going to get a couple of shots here. Nice little log to reset. Going to get maybe two, just gets one. 15:52 remaining. Mortar in on the right-hand side. Cannon Cart gets ahead of the mortar, plus Phoenix. And that's a nice reflection there. What a nice reflection with the Monk, but will it be enough? Surgical Goblin still going just RGs at the bridge. He is not doing the two-lane push, and there's not enough time for him to do it now. That would have been the one he wanted to set up on the right-hand side, then to the left-hand side. Maybe he's just worried about trying to give any potential counter push onto that right-hand lane because of the damage. Fishboy going to try to work here against the Mighty Miner, and it doesn't. Electro Spirit does get in. Can the RG get a shot before it goes down? And it cannot. GG, well played. xAlee going to start this off 2 up, 2 down. Great work for Team Queso's starting player. Very, very nicely done. And xAlee overall having a pretty solid year. Currently a 57 win percentage in games and a 65% win rate in overall sets in CRL. GG, well played. Yeah, xAlee's having a good time up there in that little loft of him. Pranav asking, by the way, Rich, did you perform better at Path of Legends this season because of Mega Draft or worse? I think better. I think I have a good shot at, I'm now in, whatever rank 9 is called. Royal whatever. What do they, you know, it's funny, I've never cared about what they call things other than the Ultimate Champion. People are always like, which arena? People used to say, which arena are you in? And I was like, I don't know. They're like, I'm in Spell Valley. I'm like, I don't know what Spell Valley is. Tell me what your trophies are. So I'm in Royal Champion, made that this morning, and gonna prepare to see if we can go up either. But I am really enjoying, really enjoying Path of Legends for me. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm enjoying playing it with dual mode. xAlee is playing so well. Did he qualify for DreamHack Endora Phase 2? You know what? I don't actually know if he qualified for Phase 2. Enki saying, the Surge Fireball on Pig's push cannon range, push cannon cart in range last push. I need to go take a look at that. Mega Draft games take forever. Yeah, I guess it just depends on, you know, on what you're looking for. Here we go. Can xAlee complete the sweep? We'll find out here. Cody going Drill. xAlee maybe going the same way. Royal Ghost, very nice against Drill. Clean counter here. How do you become a world champion, says Shark. Well, make top 1,000 on Path of Legends, qualify for our monthly final, play through the Swiss bracket, maybe the group stage, onto our monthly finals. If you win a monthly final, you get a golden ticket. If you don't, you still get points towards World Finals. Either get a golden ticket or make top 7 on our leaderboards and go to World Finals later this year and then win that tournament. Or as RhinoCraft said, step 1, get rid of Mohamed Light. And Ashwin Ram, you lost me at top 1,000. Kodigo posting a nearly 70% win rate in games and a more important 81% win rate in matches for CRL this year, which is why he's currently ranked in our top 16. Has a bit of work to do to be in World Finals contention, but Kodigo certainly has a shot. So far, despite the ghost, Kodigo not able to mitigate the damage here from these drills. And fireball value on the Zappies is nice, but now Flying Machine going to need to be dealt with on the right-hand side. Ice Spirit perfectly timed, still gives up one shot. 27-65, 15 seconds left in regulation. Fireball certainly makes this a little bit nicer for Kodigo with defending these pigs, having both Fireball and Bomb Tower when the pigs plus mirrors come in. And xAlee knows it too. xAlee knows he can't just mirror pigs too early. We're going to see it some when we get into triple. Might go pigs in the middle here. No, decides to just load up on the right-hand side. Fly Machine for the Bomb Tower. Bomb Tower out of cycle. Now going to need to Fireball. But then Mirrored Pigs might come right behind this. And xAlee doesn't pull the trigger early enough, and that's to be in time for the Bomb Tower. If he'd pulled the trigger a half step earlier, when he had the elixir for it, Kodigo might not have had enough elixir to get the Bomb Tower. Instead, he hesitated just a little bit on the decision, and Kodigo got it down. .40 seconds left. Still time for xAlee to put together some magic here as he mirrors Ghost. Here we go. This is the push. This is the one. Does it happen here? Now Ghosts in both lanes again. Zappies with pressure on the right-hand side. Fireball means that Flying Machine will be uncontested in the middle. Now you have to double down. You have to go pigs, pigs. No, goes Flying Machine. Instead, pigs behind, and that's a GG. Kodigo shuts it down, and a great read by Team Queso to go Fireball plus Bomb Tower. Very, very nicely done. And let's see. Spooderman asking, how do I spectate the game in Clash? Have these guys on your friend link, and then you can spectate them in Clash. There you go. Marcel Pullman on Twitch saying, well played, I agree. Did Surgical play today? Roflo. He has played one game. We might see him play more, though. Is there any list of players who made it to the Phase 2 and DreamHack Indoor tournament? Yes, probably. I just don't know where that is. I would check Revel Amar's Twitter or the Dream, or look it up. I would just look it up. Best way to do it. Joshua K. First time I got to top 2,000 on ladder, I used to only get top 9,000 at the best of that. Mega Draft is definitely for me. Yeah. Either Mega Draft is something you like or something you hate. I love it. So there you go. What does King of the Hill mean? Asks Abigail. Abigail, King of the Hill is a version of teams-based Clash Royale where each team puts out 3 players, and your goal is to eliminate all 3 players from the other team. So xAlee took out the first 2 players from Team Queso. Kodigo then took out xAlee, and now we are into our 4th game here. And there you go. So, minor wall breakers, Mega Knight, Prince, the usual jazz. Giant Skeleton, nice against it. We'll see if this Mirror Pigs does the work. Mega Knight is going to be a question, and Sandbox goes aggressive early with Mega Knight at the bridge, trying to get a Mega Knight connection. He might do it. He does do it. Wow! Kodigo goes down to 0, and Sandbox just slaughters him. GG. Well played. I will answer questions during the break, folks, for those of you who are trying to get my attention. And Kodigo knows that's set number 1 to try. Sandbox essentially went for a tower trade, and Kodigo did not have the ability to pressure the opposite lane. And now he's got about a much chance of breaking through as I do of being elected the next president. And you can see a little frustration there on the face of Kodigo. Sandbox able to just stun all this down, and Giant Skeleton cleans it all up. Other way, trying to break through, but nothing there for the bomb to actually clear. Zappy's just so abusive for Sandbox defensively once he had this game won, and that's it. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the action from that one, the one push that made it all happen. So here we go. Giant Skeleton to the right-hand side. Plenty of elixir for Kodigo here. And Sandbox cycles the Ghost in the back. Zappy's working on the right-hand side. Splits, mirrors the Zappies here. Just trying to slow everything down. And immediately, you see the high Mega Knight. And, you know, they're both down to 0 here. You got to go Pigs opposite lane. Mega Knight's not in cycle. You're not going to kill that. Kodigo does not go Pigs. And instead ends up losing his whole tower. GG, well played. All right, let me come take a look at the chat for a moment as we get ready for our next set. Tribe Gaming up 1. Let me go. I saw some people were asking some questions here. Rich, how are you? I'm well. Thanks for asking. Yo, Rich, what's your favorite attacking deck? I like anything with Magic Archer NATO. When does Ian play? Probably not today. Is he on a team that's in this? I don't think he is. Is he? Just double check something. Is Ian... He's not on CHIVAS. He's not on Strangers. No, Ian's not playing today. Let's see. What else do we got here? Set number 2 will be in-game duels. Stuck and need some tips on how to go up in arenas. Any tips? Find a deck that you really love and keep playing that one. And don't switch around a whole bunch. Hello. Hello. Your question. You put double question marks, Rich, because I didn't respond to hello? Okay. Do you? Can Kodigo sweep Tribe? Well, we've learned in the past now that he can't. It's going to be Sandbox versus Surgical Goblin. Let's go. Florence saying, I wish I had Sandbox's hair. I believe you. I'm with you. I think so too. I wish you had Sandbox's hair. What do you think? What team will win? Tribe Gaming's looking pretty good right now. Teams and rosters in the description says Mod Sandy. Yes, teams and rosters are in the description. If you want to know all that information, go ahead, check it out. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. What's your favorite deck? I already answered. Surgical Goblin Sandbox set number 2 in-game duels coming in just one moment. And that moment is just about right now. Clean feed, switch. Clean feed, switch. Clean feed. Clean feed. Well, here's... Oh, got it just in time. So I want to know, where's the sub counter on screen? There you go, there's a sub counter. Look at that. So Sandbox looking like he's going drill. And Hog Mortar, and doesn't quite... Surgical Goblin was like halfway going. He'll get some nice Hog shots. NATO does connect, though. Never you mind. He was trying to stick that Hog behind the Mighty Miner. And you can get some good damage. So you can, if you can connect that Mighty Miner, Surgical Goblin, like the timing, when you want to sneak that through, because I've done this move, it's fun, but you can hit that Mighty Miner ability and drop that Hog right behind it, and then just push that Mighty Miner onto tower and sneak past, catch him off guard. He was half going for that, half trying to protect against the NATO play. Probably more trying to protect against the NATO than anything else. And now it's just DPS City. Surge cycles Musketeer in the back. There's no big spell there to get the Musketeer off. How much can Surgical Goblin protect the Muskie? And does a little bit there. Nicely played for him. The guards could be a factor in this matchup. And that's a great Mighty Miner there. And gets the all-important mortar connection. EWIZ will shut that down finally, but every little chunk of damage that Surgical Goblin can get to keep this close early will be absolutely huge for him. And here's the big issue now. Is Sandbox really wants to save that tornado for offense now that we're in double and moving into sudden death overtime. Which is going to make it so he has to make some really interesting choices defensively. This is the problem that you see when you're playing this drill deck against Hog Rider, is that the best ways for you to defend, or the most conventional ways for you to defend, the NATO and the drill are both offensive tools. So then you have to start defending by DPS primarily, or you're going to have trouble getting on tower. And so Surgical Goblin right now is not even playing these Hog necessarily to connect. He'd love to connect, don't get me wrong. But in a lot of ways, he's playing them just to keep NATO's defensive. And he's going to get maybe 2 Hog shots here. Look at that. Boom, boom. This gets very hard for Sandbox at this stage. Did not get enough of a lead early. Now, Golden Knight can do Golden Knight things, and you saw that's why he didn't play NATO there. But controlling the Golden Knight high is Sandbox, or is Surgical Goblin, and that Magic Archer not getting the lineup here. Interesting NATO does get damage, but now Hog does not get one. DPS does its job. Here we go. Triple Elixir, 1512 to 1450. Hog goes opposite lane, guards high, just trying to keep the Golden Knight from connecting. No NATO does help, and a great Mighty Miner. Does Surgical Goblin Hog behind this? NATO not in cycle. Drill has to come out defensively. EQ will do its job. A nice log here. EWIZ gets cleared. Does the Hog get a shot? And it does. 912, 1069, opposite lane Hog Rider. I don't know about that spend. That's an interesting spend here. We'll get enough shots to be actually effectual. cannon cart to the right-hand side. Double cannon carts, excuse me. No Mighty Miner ability. Has to control the Dark Prince opposite lane as well. Drill gonna get in, and oh boy, that's a ton of drill damage. That's a ton of drill plus rage. Drill plus rage. Sandbox takes game number 1. What a game. What an absolute game that was. Let's get it. NATO out. Does Surge have Miner or Loon prepped? Or even Miner Loon? So a little slow start here. Surge could be going a lot of different directions. He's not loving that monk right now. Looking like RG Fireball here for Sandbox. Surgical Goblin, Mirror Pigs. And this will be some damage, but Hunter E-Spirit will do a decent job cleaning that up. So far, though, untouched for Surge here in game number 2, as Sandbox now puts the pressure the opposite direction. And just trying to get a Hunter shot on tower. A little bit of chip does get in. And nearly evens things up. Double Elixir coming, so Surge goes opposite lane here. Just to force Sandbox to spend a little bit on the opposite lane right before he wants to spend. But the Phoenix goes to the same lane as well, and Sandbox, he's not going to... No, he goes to 0 here. Sandbox goes to 0 here. Fireball should be available and does go to the Zappies. That's going to be a ton of damage. That's going to be a ton of damage right now. Mirrored Zappies come in. They're going to slow things down, but not before that tower gets absolutely shredded down to, wow, 10-14, and no counter push for Surgical Goblin. Plenty of Elixir for Sandbox. Ghost plus Pigs go opposite lane, so Zappies will be able to defend fine on the left-hand side. Surge does get some good damage, 1846. Monk gets through to reflect. Does not kill the flying machine, though. That's very important for Surgical Goblin. 879 remaining. And Surge cannot RG here. I mean, Sandbox cannot RG here, so Surgical Goblin just sets up to defend one more time. And this is what he has to do now. He has to spend in the opposite lane and not let Sandbox do a big push into that left-hand side. Because all of his ways for defending are to get fireballed like crazy, just like that. Zappies to help, but they won't help enough. One shot, two shots. No, not a second shot. Good DPS. But does Surge have anything here? He needs to start spending Pigs. You can't let fireballs go onto your tower. Pigs are in. First fireball. There's not enough elixir for a mirror, though. That's a ton of damage, though. That's a ton of damage. Zappies played, and the Ghost gets down on the left-hand side as well. This just went absolutely wild in the last few seconds. But Surgical Goblin is not loaded up to play offense. Goes Giant Skeleton high. He's going to go Pigs left and then maybe Pigs right here. Oh, he might just... No, he does go Pigs right. There we go. Hunter, no Electro Spirit. That's level 12 Pigs, everybody. Fireball has to come out on defense. Arrows gets it done, and we are going to Game 3. Miner still available and NATO still available for Surgical Goblin. Maybe we see Drill here. No E-Giant from Sandbox. Maybe goes Hog. And that's looking like it's going to be Hog Rider here for Sandbox, potentially. This set has been absolute fire. H-Med says it perfectly. Austin with the good matchup. And there you go. So it's Ram Spam versus Hog. Log does get in a little bit late. We'll give up just one Hog shot. I don't know if Surge can stop that. No, he can't. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Surge can't stop it. So he's now in a place where he has to break through. The log on those goblins just meant dunzo. And now Surgical Goblin's in a weird spot where he has to get that tower down. And now he's going to go into his downside. Is he trying to sneak an Inferno Dragon through? Or is he just trying to force expenditure over here? Ram Rider's not going to connect. That'll be some okay sizzle and a nice Magic Archer. Was he baiting that out? Was that whole thing just to bait out the lane switch from the Mighty Miner? Because suddenly back in the game. Suddenly Surgical Goblin right back in the game. This game is all highlights, folks. This game is just a highlight machine. And I love it. I absolutely love it. GG to both these players. Ooh, a Hog Muskie push right into the pocket. Musketeer gets evaporated, and suddenly momentum feels like it's maybe switching to the direction of Surgical Goblin. Notice he's not even activating the ability right now because he's totally fine just to hit this and keep on going. And now he activates late. This is a huge set from Surgical Goblin, a huge recovery here. And look at the damage he's doing on both towers right now. Unbelievable. Mortar Connect from Sandbox. Just that one shot could be very impactful. Fireball will clear the Muskie. Sandbox in trouble. RG down opposite direction. Lumberjack trying to go to work. EQ trying to help. Inferno Dragon will get a little bit of sizzle, not too much. 950 to 1222. This one is crazy. This one is absolutely crazy. Already set of the day candidate here in our opening match. Does he get the Monk ability off? Is he going to try? Has to defend Hog Rider. I don't know if Surgical Goblin can defend this Hog Rider. I don't know if he can. He's trying to beat it out. Fireball down. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. What a game. What a game. What a game. That's the match we all wanted to see, everybody. You know that's the one you wanted to see today, and it did not disappoint. What a wild game. Let me go into some of the replays here. I had to queue those up. This whole set was absolutely bananas. And here we are in game 2. Sandbox ahead. And Surgical Goblin gets the opposite lane pigs, gets the giant skeleton on tower, and this is just a complete crazy comeback. The Royal Ghost goes wild on that left-hand side. And that just puts us right back in the mix. Talk about this being just Highlight City. Let's look at our next one. Game number 3. This game alone was just filled with great moments. The Magic Archer connection on the right-hand side, and this was a lot of pressure on the right, but the log here, Surgical Goblin left thirsting, went too hard on the right-hand side, and so Mighty Miner connects, and while you're getting a ton of damage on that right-hand side, that left-hand tower gets disappeared. On we go a little bit later in the set. Surgical Goblin needing to battle back. And this was a great way to get back in it. The Mighty Miner switches lane. Surgical Goblin ready for it. Magic Archer, boom, right there. And that's what ended up keeping Surgical Goblin in the game. That Magic Archer. Very, very well done. And then here we go, finally. The winning moment. Both towers very, very low in a two-tower situation. Surge has options, Sandbox doesn't. And the Rage is coming through big here. Lumberjack right onto the Musketeer. And it felt like this Hog Rider was going to end it. But the Fireball clears, and now there's just nothing that Sandbox can do. Base race. GG. So fun. So very fun. Ah, man. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Set of the day. Impossible to top. Here we go. Tied up 1-1. Set number 3. Tribe Gaming's lineup will be Sandbox, Wallace, Betfas. Queso will be Kodigo, Javi, Surgical Goblin. Those of you who wanted to see Surgical Goblin, you saw him. What'd you think? What'd you think? Is Surge back in the game? Yeah. Yes, he is. Most certainly back. And we'll have Sandbox versus Kodigo to kick things off here in just a minute. Let's get to it. The central Musk and Hog push from Mabama from Sandbox. I agree. That was not ideal. And let's go ahead, get into the game, and here we go. Ooh, boy. Don't see a lot of Valk these days. And is this Royal Hogs or Hog Right? Interesting variant choice out of Kodigo. Kind of maybe a little outdated. Does he go opposite lane here to pressure? No, he sets up for the defense against this. Oh, an Inferno Tower. And despite the Electro Giant's ability, that tower can burn it down early enough. The big question now is, can Sandbox distract it, damage it, stun it, all the fun stuff. La Wim on Twitch asking what's the tourney reward. This is the first day of our 2-day playoffs. Championship tomorrow, top prize $7,500 to our winning team. And nice barb barrel to try to predict, and that will get the E-Giant in range for stuns very quickly. And you just saw the rhythm and flow that Sandbox needs. Still doesn't get on tower for any meaningful damage. Lead maintained for Kodigo. This time going lightning. So you see lots of different ways for Sandbox to handle these Inferno Towers. Kodigo, though, gets a very important shot there. Opens up a 450-point lead. That's a Fire Spirit just to put Sandbox out of sequence, get that Bomber not to be involved. And a well-timed Valk from Cody to keep that Bomber, make sure that Bomber stopped right in tower range. And the lane switch, Golden Knight does not go behind the Electro Giant. The dual lane pressure turns into not that much, although, man, it's so fast how an E-Giant can do so much damage. And King Tower activation just does barely get in. That's huge. Question is, can Sandbox actually get on tower? Maybe a high Inferno. No, plays it low again. And this is starting to get dangerous here for Kodigo. And that's all lined up. Golden Knight could get a dash here, and it will. Huge, absolutely huge. Absolutely massive. The Valk being played really low, giving that Golden Knight the chance to get on tower, and suddenly fortunes have flipped. 1185 to 1657. And that cannon placed high had nothing to do with Augs and everything to do with no high Inferno tower. Brilliant cannon from Sandbox. Really smart play. He knew that Kodigo wanted to place a cannon outside of lightning range, and that early play made it impossible. And Sandbox, very nice performance. Textbook work from our multiple-time world finalist. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that, because I certainly did. Let's take a look at some chat from it. By the way, I see a lot of you watching here. If you are watching and you enjoyed this, guess what? This is just day 1 of 2 for our finals. Tomorrow we have the grand finals, which will include PUIGINS and CALALAS. So the 2 teams that made our top 2 with that first round bye, the winners today will face them. Same time, same place tomorrow. And of course, we'll crown our champion for the Queso Cup Teams Split number 1. All that right here. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Make sure you don't miss tomorrow, because it's going to be a blast. And of course, a nice, simple way for you to support the channel as well. And I don't know. Let's see. What's our count at? Oh, it's behind there. We're at 100,152. There you go. We're over 100K. That's pretty fun, though, right? I feel you. Game number 2 coming up. Kodigo down, Javi 14. Gonna be in the mix. Tribes Analysts get a bonus today. Doing pretty well. Yep. Who's your top 5 Clash Royale players? Like of all time or right now? Those are 2 very different questions. Let's go ahead and jump in to the action. Will Mugi play today? No, Mugi's team is tomorrow. Who's your favorite esports player? ACU. He's more of a streamer than a esports competitor. How many matches today? 2 matches. Top 5 Clash Royale players right now. Ask me that after our next monthly finals, when we really see how people are taking it seriously. Because honestly, I think it's really hard to tell who the top 5 are right now. It's easy to tell who the number 1 is. But until we see like how dialed in a lot of the top pros are, it's kind of hard to make that judgment call in some ways. Develop in the building. So, variations of Minor Prince MK from both players. Someone asking, why isn't Rich? Chillpill's asking, why isn't Rich chasing the bag in this tournament? Because I am not that good at this game. I'm not at these guys' level at all. We'll see what it's like once... This is actually interesting, right? Because Javi has the arrows, which go down, or the archers, which go down to arrows. But they can be thought of as arrows bait in some ways in this deck. Do I think LCOP is stronger right now? I have no idea how good LCOP is right this second because I haven't seen him play in a long time. We'll see if he makes World Finals. Zappy behind that Mega Knight and behind that Prince is really nice for Sandbox here. Bats go over to distract the Inferno Dragon. Javi in a ton of trouble right now. In a ton of trouble. Bats really big for Sandbox in this matchup. You don't want to spend your arrows on the bats really unless you're getting value. Sandbox getting nice value there. And you see Javi having to play those arrows to clean up the bats and let his Mega Knight and Inferno Dragon both get moving. Wall breakers for a really nice kite on the side of Sandbox, and Ghost just untouched. Bandit connects for Javi. That's pretty valuable. Won't get him the lead, but will put him back in the mix. But this untouched Royal Ghost suddenly gives great dual lane pressure to Sandbox. And one little bat goes through with the miner, and that lead blows wide open again. And you see Sandbox trying to protect the Zappies, does keep one lone Zappy alive. That's an important one. Bats to protect the Prince, but now lots of pressure from Javi on the right-hand side. Arrows do clean up the archers, and well defended overall. Javi sets up Prince to the right-hand side. And again, just now going for a full overwhelm into his stronger tower with 50 seconds left. Arrows for the bats. Javi's trying to win the bridge fight right here. But how can he break through? I don't think he can. Sandbox is too clean right now. Too clean, and there's too many answers. You know, what's the more important? And yeah, Javi says good game. He knows it. What's the more important? Arrows bait. Well, the archers weren't that critical as arrows bait. The bats were absolutely massive because there was no other really good answer for the bats. So Sandbox with the clean 2-0. Gonna see if he can try to find that sweep here in a minute. This little piece of my hair will not stay up. It's really annoying me. Come on, piece of hair. Come on, stay. 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 You guys feel me? Let me just check something here really quick, folks. Where are you? Oh, we're all caught up. There we go. There you mind. All right. Let's take a look here. What were those arrows? Why is somebody SK in the name? I actually don't know. Shot CALALAS is one team, and there's two Shot CALALAS teams here. PUIGINS and Shot CALALAS. SK Gaming. I actually don't know what the SK stands for in SK Gaming. Ryan saying, I love the Queso boys, but they're absolutely getting boxed in this match. Yeah. Well, Surgical Goblin had a great second set. Bats were dominant compared to Javi's Inferno Dragon. Yes, I agree. Vian, all my troops are level 11 too. Why are they here and I am not? Good question. Rich, have you introduced Clash Royale to your kids? My older son has seen me play it before, but he will not be playing. He's not going to get a phone for many years. And even then, once he gets a phone, his charger will be kept in my room so that I'm in charge of whether he can charge his phone. You know what I mean? Keep your kids off those phones, folks. Who won the last monthly finals? Pandora. All Are there any good decks with Bomber? Asked FIFA. Yeah. Koning. E-Giant is kind of the big one. Mohamed saying if Surge didn't quit for a while, I think it would have been head-to-head with Mo. I'm not sure. Maybe. Good chance. How old is my kid? My oldest kid is 4.5. My younger kid is 2 months old. Vihan saying, so what's the answer? Skill is the answer. If you were as good as them, you would be able to be here. Oh, well, Mohamed Light won the finals. Fair point. Mohamed won the finals, and Pandora got the golden ticket. That's correct. What should you have for dinner? A burrito, obviously. This is going to be interesting for Sandbox. You'd love to have the Inferno Dragon variant right now. Still going to get some good damage. That's a good fireball. That's going to give him a lot more extra Royal Giant damage. And kaboom. Kaboom, boom. Let me say wayo. Wayo. 896, and Surgical Goblin just doesn't really have an answer to these Royal Giants. He can Inferno Dragon, but what you just saw there, Sandbox, nice job, Fireball to reset. This is a big push here, though. Smart law just to set that back up a little bit. And that Fisherman was huge. Anticipation of the Miner coming in and distracting the Monk. And that Fisherman just saved a ton of damage. And you see Surgical Goblin calling a good game. That was great. Sandbox is playing some of his best Clash Royale today. I know he had a tough set against Surgical Goblin in the 1v1. But when he's hit hard. He made some choices in set number 2 that were suspect. No questions about that. Fireball will be available, and that will end off the right-hand side. GG. Well played. Sandbox getting it done. I know he had some questionable moments in set number 2. There's no questions about that. But man, when he's like fully dialed, he's playing some great Clash. Check this out. So this is already nice lead. The Hunter just timed perfectly to make sure it turns against the Wall Breakers, then turns against the Miner. Right? It's a nice double duty here for the Hunter. Now check this out. He sets up the Monk low to the left-hand side, and now he knows this Miner's coming in, so he logs everything back, gets the Fish Boy high, because he knows that that's going to get pulled right back around. He avoids a ton of damage. That would have been a lot of free damage. And you can see Surgical Goblin. That's where he calls a good game. He knows. He knows it's over right there. Sandbox played that very well. Aspect, first time here. Welcome. This is my channel. I hope you enjoy it. We do a lot of Clash Royale esports stuff here. It's fun. And we're back again tomorrow for the grand final. $15,000 grand prize. Given away tomorrow. What is the best champion? Depends on who you ask. I've seen the light. Pandora wins CRL this time. It'll be hard. Pavel says, I'm trying to make a game, please. I'm making a story, my man. I don't know what? You're making a story. What do you mean? He has a really uncomfortable smile. What are you trying to do? There you go. There's your smile. Do I play Clash Royale myself? What's Clash Royale? Back in the day, there were a clan called Ninjas in Pajamas. Cool. Learning new tricks. Rich, did you buy them sunglasses at Walmart? How dare you? How dare you? These are gooders. Link in the description. Use code RICH for 15% off. How about that? I get you a discount on high-quality running sunglasses. Code RICH, 15% off. How about that? What's the next matchup? Well, I'm waiting to find out. They'll tell us in a moment in the chat. Quick room tour. Yeah, this is the room. Let's see. You made Clash Royale? No. Let's see. Don't leave us, Rich. Where would I go? I use code RICH for my gooders. Nice! 15% off is no joke. That's actually no joke here. So, you, Rich, do you do a lot of Clash? Well, I'm trying to push Ultimate Champion this season. We'll see if it happens. I'm currently in Royal Champion, rank 9. So I got about a nice little 10 steps, 11 steps to go to UC this season. We'll see if it happens. So there you go. What are your favorite sunglasses? I mean, there's a lot of fun ones here. We'll get some more in the mix, don't you worry. How can you see the game with sunglasses on? Because my eyes still work. They don't stop my eyes from working. Could you show the current standings, please? I know I could. You know what I should do, actually? Could I do a... Let me see if I can create a scene here. Let me see if I can create a scene here. 1 second. I'm going to try to create a scene that does something a little bit different. Kodigo versus Wallace for our next set, by the way, folks. Very interesting. Let me try this for a second. There you go. Let's try this. Let's try this. How about this? Hold on. What about that? And now you have the scoreboard right over there. Look at that. Love the 90s inside jokes. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate it. Yeah, there you go. There's the scoreboard over there. Now we have it. Now you have it. You know, maybe I'll just make this the setup for tomorrow. This is better. I like this better. And then I'll have to put like my name and stuff on here because my name's not. I wonder if I actually have. Let me go to my text here. Do I have my name ready already? Name? Is that it? Hey, look at that. Boom. Ooh, needs to. Let's take that down a bit. I need to make a little nameplate to hold that. That just looks pretty bad right there. But you know what? We'll put it like right here. There you go. Boom. All right. 1v1 in-game duels. Wallace versus Kodigo. Wallace and Tribe Gaming with match point. Rich and SB, best combination in my opinion. SB will be back tomorrow for our grand finals. Where is Mo, bro? Well, look at the description. You can see the schedule. Arima Dance. Lara. Mwah. Thanks for being here. And I'll come back to Troublemaker's question a little bit later. I'll answer more questions in a bit. Yo, Rich, read Twitch. Hello. Your favorite card is the Ice Golem. So Kodigo back to Hawk again. And that's a huge hog connection on the right-hand side. Are those players the best in the world in Clash Royale, out of them? Are they making an Ice Golem plushie? I hope so. Mods, please. I mean, developers, please. Ice Golem plushie. This is just it. This is just it. It's so hard for Wallace to stop these hogs. He has no building. He hasn't even activated Fisherman yet. Chase wants to know how to spectate through game. Go ahead and get everyone on your friends link. Kaboom! Kodigo just shut down gameplay here. This is brutal. The Inferno Tower pick. I mean, Kodigo already ran this. I'm a bit surprised as he tried going with a deck that dies to Inferno Tower like this one and has so bad against Hog. And just Kodigo can sit back, play defense, and he might hog one more time. Might hog 2 more times. But really, he can just play some defense and do that cycle EQs. Nothing for the Archer Queen. DPS will be enough to stop any significant damage here. And Kodigo. Great first set. Maybe they thought he wouldn't run it in duel mode. Maybe that's what they thought. What's Wallace got in store for this? Maybe E-Giant for Wallace? He played the Bird, though. Minor MK Prince. Certainly available. And goes Hog. Right into what's likely Mirror Pigs. And those of you commenting on YouTube, I'll answer comments when this set is over. And bomb tower right there. Flying Machine connects. And it's a nice little slowdown here. And again, it's this big question of how do you stop Mirror Pigs? Arrows do clean up the guards. Snowball has to come out. And this would be a nice little elixir advantage for Wallace. He ate some real damage. But he has +3 if you think about the board. And now Hog behind all this makes it harder to use a Fisherman effectively. Fisherman has to retarget. Hog will get 2. King Tower activation in, but the tankage for the Muskie going to give the lead to Wallace by a really significant margin. Kodigo, a bit of a miscalculation there, and eats a lot of unnecessary Musketeer damage. And now Wallace can play a similar game. Right, this deck gets really annoying in triple, where those mirrored pigs become a problem, but what about when you lose it in double? And that's a smart snowball there, all about controlling that Flying Machine, as well as cycles Muskie one more time in the back. This bridge fight will be everything. This is a game-defining bridge fight right now. Does protect the Musketeer. Oh no. Ghost does get on tower. Flying Machine sneaks by. Pigs in. And now here we go. Bomb tower, but I think he already mirrored. I think Mirror's not in cycle. Am I wrong? Yeah, Mirror was not in cycle, and so now he's trying to pressure. Zappy's trying to control this Hog. Plus Fish Boy, that should be sufficient. And now, real problems for Wallace. And are we going to see the arrows on the guards? No, because Kodigo wants to defend against the Hog more than he wants to get those guards off the board. Kodigo knows that he needs to break through, but not at the expense of that 410. Stopping every Hog perfectly, way more critical. One Hog shot is essentially game over. 916, 916. Shout out to, oh my word, the Ghost gets away for 1. No answer for these Flying Machines. Musketeers down. High Bomb Tower, that's actually a good answer. That's going to be very, very helpful here. Does he stop them both? No, he doesn't. And boom, Kodigo gets the 2-0. And we are going to set number 3. King of the Hill has been it for Tribe. Duel mode has been it for Team Queso. Can Queso flip the script here in our 3rd set and get a King of the Hill or not? We'll find out. Kodigo with some great gameplay. Vitor with some Kodigo playing perfectly earlier. Bad Mighty Miner on Wallace. Hogmere is so toxic, says CMG. We'll pop over to this view here so you guys can see the score. So look, King of the Hill. Easy, easy dubs for Tribe Gaming. King of the Hill again, easy dubs for Tribe Gaming. These 2 dual mode sets, though, going the way of Queso. Queso needs to figure out how to win a King of the Hill here because they've gotten blown out 6-1 in King of the Hill so far. Let me go ahead and answer some chat questions as we get ready for our 3rd and final set, or our fifth and final set. My apologies. Favorite card in Clash Royale, Ice Golem. Hello, Rich, love from India. Mwah. The old trick of Valk plus Hog. Yep, did very well. Who is in Strangers TIKIS? It is written in the description. Pretty sure it is. Let me go look at the description. Yeah, it's written. Strangers. It's not STG, it's Strangers. EGW, Serdillo, Eric, Nini, Adrian Piedra. It's written in there. Don't try to fool me here. Do I play more games like COD? Really? Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have the... Hold on, let me go ahead and add the chat here. Boom. I realized I didn't have chat on this screen. There we go. Do you play more games like COD? I don't play as many more games as I used to. I'm a little bit too busy. I used to play a lot of Apex. I used to play COD back in the day, but Apex is my big shooter. Now I pretty much play this and some Clash of Clans. I don't have time for a ton of games right now. I'm very, very busy. Let's see, other questions. Any other major questions that I missed? I'm top 1,000 in Mega Draft Ladder with normal 1v1. I never got out of Arena 9. I think Mega Ladder is my favorite game mode. Yeah, for some people. I really get tilted by losing bad matchups. And the feeling of not being in control of my matchup is what I don't like about regular Clash Royale. Whereas in in Mega Draft, I have control of my matchup to at least a clearer degree. So, you know, that's a personal preference thing. But I feel you on that one. Rich, do you like lowriders? Don't have a specific feeling about them. Where's that Scandinavian guy you used to co-announce with? Scandinavian guy? Is that a Scandinavian guy you used to co-stream with me? What's the difference in matchups here on YouTube and TikTok? Because TikTok is also there. Matchups against the Clash Royale channel. Don't know what you're talking about there. Troublemaker asking, Rich, can OG players like OJ, Clash of the Ash, Brad compete against Mugi, Millet, Morten? No. No, not at all. B-Rad was at one time a really top player. OJ and Clash are both phenomenal content creators, but they were never top players in terms of like world skill. They were content creators. Both much, like especially OJ, better than I am at this game, but definitely not at the level of these pros. And not even at their best at the level of these pros. These pros are just different. Oh, my chat thing going crazy. Hold on. Jeb is saying, need a queso win here. Am I right, Rich? Why do we need it? Why are you worried about who you face? QWERTY saying, I like Mega Draft, but it takes too long. The first pick is way too strong. I don't mind how long it takes. I actually like slowing down a little bit, and I love the draft phase. But having first and last pick together is a little bit too strong. That is fair. That's a nice drill. A nice idea from Sandbox there, too. Air Surfer saying that Jebez is scared of Sandbox and Wallace. Maybe. First loon of the day, and you're putting a loon right into an E-Wiz, but of course, this deck can out-cycle and take care of that E-Wiz. So, this does feel dangerous for Sandbox here. Gonna have to use drills on defense on occasion to pick up some loons. It just really depends on how much damage Bale gets early on in this game. Or how much damage, Sandbox gets early on in this game. Arrows, snowball, cycle to get the musky off the board. Working defense on the right-hand side. And that's a great distraction of the bomb tower. Dark Prince is going to be a problem on the right-hand side. Goblins do sneak away as well, and that's good dual lane damage here for Sandbox. Arrows snowball again, spending 5 on that 4, but getting good minor damage in. Golden Knight plus drill push on the right-hand side. Minute 50 left. And the Goblins, the giant skeleton for the Goblins just ain't it. And Golden Knight connects as well. Because those Goblins, they walk away from the giant skeleton. He doesn't get close enough in. Loon in front of the musket. And the giant skeleton. And the E-Wiz gonna stay up. Minor not going to distract enough. That loon might get one drop, and it does. Oh my word. And it does. Giant skeleton bomb going to clean up the bridge. Bale needs to stop this next drill. He needs to find a way to stop a drill effectively. Loon in. Minor goes to the back this time, and now drills on defense. This is what Bale wants. Bale wants drills on defense. NATO's on defense. He wants defense on defense on defense. Bale just wants no offense right now out of Sandbox. Barbell tries to get in behind on the musky guard. Goblins do pick up. I don't know if Bale has an answer to this E-Wiz. Snowball pushes, NATO pulls back. No answer there. This drill could be a problem. This might be the game-winning drill here. Look at that. Giant Skeleton's going to give up a little bit more. Bomb tower. See, can't stop it. Cannot stop it. 180 remaining. That Musketeer. There you go. Minor stops the Magic Archer lineup. He is up high. Magic Archer gets the lineup. I think Bale's a little surprised by that. Bale a little shocked by that Magic Archer lineup as it was in the scrum. Magic Archer deep in the scrum and just catches Bale. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay here. So that snowball, the snowball was fine, but you weren't going to stop that E-Wiz, right? That snowball that needed something else with it. You kind of had to let that push die because you don't have defense here at this point. Back to snowball again, but easy choice with the Magic Archer. And the attempt to get the Magic Archer out almost works, except for the E-Wiz. And then that loon didn't distract. Wow. Very, very interesting. The Magic Archer protection was absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. All right, next up. Sandbox with another big King of the Hill win. Surgical Goblin. Can he turn the tide here? Why does no one play Expo and Pekka in these contests? Because Expo and Pekka are both not good in the meta anymore. Interesting point here from Mauricio Cortez. And this is kind of the interesting thing about Mega Draft is like, if you've been focused, some people can get everything to a level. It's easier to get everything to level 11 than it is to like max out decks. And I think the hard part for a lot of people has been the switch over from one to the other. But for people who don't have max decks but have been like getting cards tournament standard, I don't know, pretty cool. But I believe we're going back to classic ranked next month. Favorite movie of all time, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. No questions. No questions. Can watch that a million times. Who was your main in Apex? I bounce around a lot, but probably Horizon would be my overall main. Here we go. Game number 2. Sandbox versus Surgical Goblin. Let's get to it. Wish they would switch the overlay faster in the clean feed. Instead we can see Revel's bedroom for a while. Or whatever. There we go. And wow, Surgical Goblin calling good game already. E-Giant for Sandbox, and it would be very difficult for Surge to defend against it. Interesting bomber choice here. Interesting choice of the bomber there for Sandbox. That feels like free elixir. Maybe he just wanted to activate the monk a little bit earlier, so the monk wasn't knocking back the E-Giant, but no E-Giant damage got in. And Sandbox does come out 2 elixir ahead. Someone who says they're Mohamed Lights and he has Hunter, though, it's not that bad. Let's find out if that is the real Mohamed Light or not. Oh, it is. Hey, well then I will trust him. So he has Hunter, though, so not so bad. And Phoenix for Sandbox, no Hydra. All you guys have to do to find out if the real Mohamed Light is go to his channel, folks. And it's pretty easy. You go to his channel, and you go, oh, well, that's Mohamed Light with 116,000 subs. Yeah, that's him. The champ is in the chat, folks. And Jeb is saying, not that bad. Even as Cage, looks bad for RG. So Mohamed Light and his coach disagreeing across different chat platforms. That's going to be a lot of RG damage. Cage does push back. And now dual lane damage here for Sandbox. Doubles down on the E-Giant to the right-hand side. Golden Knight does not work out for Sandy. That's a nice reflection on the bar barrel there for Surgical Goblin. NATO pulls everything back. And there should be, depending on how long this bridge fight takes. No, interesting lightning here from Sandbox. Does he have Cage again? Yes, he does. That shot was big for Surgical Goblin. And now he's going to get good reflection damage. Surgical Goblin in a good spot right now. Opening up the lead here, and now the pressure's on Sandbox, who's just trying to cycle Lightnings. Lightning and NATO. But there's a spell for Surgical Goblin that will do damage. Fireball in. Is there a Lightning in for Sandy? Doesn't matter. GG, well played. Surgical Goblin wins. So we're going to take Mohamed's side over his coach CHIVAS' side. It's been decided, folks. Decided. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Decide, Ed. You feel me? Okay. Great RG by Surge, nice Sandbox, another Lightning. Yep, for sure. Jebba says Sandbox played bad defense, shouldn't count. Fair enough. Fair enough. A lot of pros and coaches in the chat today, as they are keeping a close eye on who they'll be facing tomorrow. I feel like I need to fix the alignment here. Aren't I like, I'm off? Because this was not done. This was not pre-done. This was done like last second here. Sandbox did carry a lot today, though. Very good point. Other than the dual mode set against Surge. Surgical Goblin might get a big carry here. If Surge can get another win right now, that could be huge. Could be absolutely massive. Let's see. Wait, so Molite looks like the only two people with back-to-back monthly finals wins? Yes. Lucas is the only back-to-back monthly final winner without a coach. Nicely done, Lucas. Who do you think is the best Expo player? Let's see. Sandbox knew he played poorly. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get our matchup going here in just a second. Thank you, Know Your Unding. I'm glad to get you in a pro CR, and we'll have more of that coming. See you back here tomorrow. STG Tikis is strangers in the description, for those of you asking. It is strangers in the description. Man, Mirror Pigs is just in it in King of the Hill, huh? And Lucas with the big words. Mickey Mouse champion. He calls Mohamed light. Orange Monk saying, so don't set up, you got 1,300 crowns. Help yourself. Pick a deck that has some viability, that is accessible to you. Build around that archetype, and don't switch around a whole bunch. Master it, and one day you will master this game. Surgical Goblin outdoing work, though. Surgical Goblin outdoing work, and keep in mind, folks, those of you watching at home, Surgical Goblin currently ranked 15th in our Clash Royale League standings. Ranked 15 is no joke, and currently on total wins, ranked 6th with 53 total wins in CRM. He would be ranked higher, but he's finished, I think, 2nd place in his group 2 months in a row in the group stage. I expect to see Surgical Goblin make it to a monthly final this year. 5 more chances. CALALAS putting some real hurt here. CALALAS putting some real hurt here. Oh boy, GG. GG. CALALAS has come out this weekend and so far done his job. right? You think about what you need to do in a game like this, and what you got to do is you got to go out and get just the one win in your King of the Hill set. You get one, and already you are doing what needs to be done, right? Do you want to get more than one? Absolutely, no questions asked. But if you get one, that's it. You've done your job. That's old school King of the Hill talking. Let's go ahead and switch to this view for a second. So you talk about what xAlee did today. Well, he came out and got 2 in our first King of the Hill set, beating Bale and then beating Surgical Goblin. Falling to Kodigo. Still, they cleaned it up. Now he comes out and gets 1. 3 wins. 3 wins on the day. Pay the man his money. That's earning your portion of the you're earning your portion of the prize pool for sure. Shinichi Kudo saying Surgical might not be the GOAT, but he's the most iconic player in Clash. And you know what? I know what, I can buy that. Surgical Goblin, Mo Light's the GOAT, but Surgical Goblin is the most iconic player in the game's history. I think that's fair. Let me go ahead and fix something here real quick, folks, because I don't want to do it because I'm a perfectionist and I don't like having things appear while I'm trying to fix them. So give me 1 second as I try to sort something out here. That looks about right. Let's take that to about there. I think that's good. Oh, let's try that. I think I fixed my alignment problem. Yeah, there we go. Much better alignment now. Let's go. How many matches today, Rich? This is we're in the final set, as you can see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. xAlee with a chance to win this playoff matchup if he can get the dub here over Kodigo. Keep in mind that this match would send them through to play against CALALAS tomorrow. It would also guarantee them a minimum prize pool of 1,250 versus the current 500 they've made. And it's Hog for xAlee against the guy who's been relying on Hog today in Kodigo. We'll switch up here. Be safe, Ryan. Enjoy your rock climbing. Oh, those wall breakers are a problem. Boom, boom. Oh, and the Prince still. King Tower activation, but what's that do for you? When your tower is super dead. Your tower's dead! Oh, boy. And xAlee knows it. xAlee knows it. Big problem. I really do think, I'm also casting a couple other tournaments around this time. I've been casting the National Series. I've been casting GKR. And while the format, I think it's GKR, has all these crazy bans, I do think that King of the Hill needs something. You do need some sort of deck restriction to really make competitive Clash Royale sing. I am of that opinion, and I'm going to stick to it. Whether it be a single ban or 2 bans, minimum one of them must be a troop. I don't know. Greg saying, don't count xAlee out yet. With a minute left and that much tower damage to be done on the right-hand side, it feels like it would take a mistake from Kodigo to lose here. Josh with the great. There's a King Tower activation and a Princess Tower deactivation. That's very fun. Order connects. Zappies will shut down that connection. And now Kodigo's trying to defend that right-hand side. xAlee going hard with the pressure here. And that musky connecting is real. This hog might do it. Nope, DPS will be enough. That musky did a lot. Not going to be enough though. And we're going to a game 5. Folks, buckle up. It's going to be a best of 1 for this quarterfinal to be decided. You gotta like that, huh? A BO1 to see who goes on? Come on, folks. Oh, and hold on. I thought I had the replay up fast enough, and I didn't. Let's go ahead and jump into that replay. This is the whole game right here. This is the game right here. Mega Knight, Prince, Mortar there trying to defend, and the Ice Spirit doesn't get the bats. The Prince kills the Ice Spirit, just a little bit of a mistiming, and then the Mortar misses the wall breakers. And those bats, look at those bats, still out there doing work. Still out there doing work. Man, that Prince killing those bats was it. And now it all comes down to this, Kodigo versus Betfas. Hannibal saying, weird MK deck. No, this deck's super meta right now. Yeah, and that Ice Spirit. The Ice Spirit was supposed to get the bats. Didn't do it. Bats just get in there and help out. Watch this. Musketeer gets destroyed. The Mega Knight doesn't even really get involved. Muskie just gets ruined. And that's a GG. Dirk Greg saying, not sure about this deck restrictions. You make it harder the further to go. You make it harder the further it goes for one player. Keep it up and make sweeps possible, but you cannot choose from all of being 1 to 2 decks out. I mean, we used to have a ban in King of the Hill in early CRL. There should be a builder card that repairs towers. How dare you, Cool Breeze? How dare you? Stop it. Stop it. Can I get my finger can I get to go on my finger? Yeah, stop it. There you go. A ban is fine. That's minimally invasive. Yeah. But you gotta have some. I think the unrestricted Clash Royale, just random BO1s, or like random I've never liked completely unrestricted Clash Royale from a competitive standpoint. Deshaun saying I like the loser gets a ban form I've seen in the past. Here we go. Kodigo chooses to eat a wall breaker, and there you go. So Kodigo says, run it back. Kodigo says, run it back. Best of 1 to decide this match. Defensive mind under control of the bats. What was the goal of Kodigo's wall breakers there? What was the point of that? And I see a lot of questions in the YouTube chat right now. I'll come back to those when we finish this match. Right now, we have a best of 1 to decide who stays in this tournament, who goes home. Smart miner there. Both guys having to make interesting defensive decisions. Trying to predict goblins there, I think. Or maybe the wall breakers. I'm trying to predict the wall breakers, I mean, not the goblins. Betfas just going for spell value early. And that's a nice log there to keep the Prince away, not just to get put damage and stop the charge, but to keep the Prince away from taking for those bats so the Musketeer can do their job. That was smart. It feels like players are playing up today. gets a big push on the right from Kodigo. Wall breakers controlling the bats. Bomb tower has to come out. But Kodigo going to get close, taking the lead back. Not quite. Oh, the bats get on tower, though. And Kodigo, as we go into sudden death, has his team on the brink. And just trying to get this Musketeer out of the way. It's not on the Mega Knight. 1931 to 1582. Good pressure wall breakers. Keep the log away from these Zappies. And don't let them get behind the Zappies the other way. Betfas starting to get some spell cycle going. Good pickup. Catch on the miner here by Betfas. 60 seconds left. Triple elixir. 1582 to 1677. Dual lane pressure for Kodigo could be the key. Mighty Miner doing a great job defending both lanes. Picks up the miner and then picks up the Royal Ghost. Great Mighty Miner there as Poison gets cycled one more time. Betfas has been a great job of making sure that those bats don't stay on the board most of the time. The problem is all it takes is one time, and we saw that earlier on the right-hand lane. Arrows plus Ghost on the right hand. Log trying to control. Mega Knight wants to get away. Can it get away? Ghost pressure on the left-hand side. Wall breakers want to sneak on through. They can't do it. Bomb Tower picks them up. 1471 to 1171. 15 seconds left. Kodigo just has to defend here. Can he... I mean, Betfas has to defend here. Can he hold off? Kodigo gets the miner onto the back. Wall breakers want to get past that Bomb Tower. Poison clicking. Arrows in. Miner chipping. Miner's not going to chip enough. Betfas gets it done for Tribe Gaming, and they are going on tomorrow to face the greats of PUIGINS. And there you go, folks. King of the Hill, definitely the set for Tribe Gaming. 9-3 overall in King of the Hill. Queso crushed it in duel mode, but not able to do it the other way around. Not able to do it in our King of the Hill. And look at that. Look at those numbers. 9-3 in King of the Hill, but then 4-1 for the duel mode. Tribe Gaming getting it done. Let's go ahead here and check out the bracket now. Tribe, you get past your first matchup. Tomorrow you have the monsters. Tomorrow you have the absolute monsters. Will we have a CALALAS versus CALALAS grand final? Well, we'll find out tomorrow, where PUIGINS takes on Tribe Gaming and Shot CALALAS takes on the winner of our next matchup. Tribe Gaming doing it. Betfas was on it. There we go. All right. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button, folks. All right, here we go. Matchup one down, semifinal one down on a semifinal number 2. CHIVAS Esports versus Strangers, a.k.a. STG TIKIS. Strangers, big underdogs here with EGW, Serdio, Eric with a question mark instead of an I, Nini, and Adrian Piedra. Bit of an underdog here. Can they get it done against CHIVAS Esports, who have Anaban, DiegoB, Ardentoas, Hasiel, and Pompeyo? Let's go ahead and get some, I don't know if someone who's modding, if there's a mod on Twitch who can put a channel points bet up for the overall match. Let's get your votes here for our matchup. CHIVAS versus Strangers. Do you guys think it's going to be Chivas? Or will it be strangers? Oh, it's STRANG strangers. Which, for those of you looking at STG TIKIS. Boom. There's our poll. Lineup set number 1 for EGW, or for strangers, Adrian Piedra, Eric, and EGW. Set 2, or set 1 lineup will be DiegoB, Pompeyo, Ardentoas for this first King of the Hill. When will Morten play? His team was eliminated. Know your onions, as I love watching these matches, thinking I wouldn't have made that mistake. I probably could have won that match, and then immediately I wouldn't have even made it to the match. Yep, I feel ya. Fave, I do not know what they're... I cannot confirm anything about what's happening next with the game. Devlop, great to see you. Yeah, SK Gaming is no longer in it. EGW goes crazy when he's in form. Yes, when EGW is popping off, he's really popping off. It's super fun. He's gotta be popping off though, you know what I mean? Let's see. Do I have an Elgato Stream Deck? Yes, of course I do. Kaboom, that's how I get up through the whole stuff. Hey, just seen 100K. Yes, thank you very much. What are we at right now? Let's see what we're at right now. Today, right this second. 100,202. Hey, look at that. That's pretty fun. Let me go turn my name off for a second so you guys can. Let's go see that. Boom. Current sub count 100,202. Thanks everybody. Hunter saying EGW is my dad. Weird. How many matches left for today? Just this one. And then tomorrow we're back with the semifinals and the grand finals. Maybe I'll get a haircut for tomorrow. What do you think? Let's see. Hasiel was number 2 in the first monthly, though. Yeah, Hasiel can bang. You know, if we're talking about who's got skills, ooh, let's go ahead and jump into our gameplay here, folks. And we're going to go ahead and close this one down. 66%. 65-34 in favor of Chivas is the vote. Mustafa saying get a mohawk. Hey Sandy, thanks for modding as always. You know, there was some talk earlier about like the ban situation, things like that, and at least if you do bans set by set, then you know you might not see this MK Prince deck so much or this Mirror Pig deck so much. You just see some variation. I think with the number of cards we have, each team submitting 2 bans, one of them has to be a troop, is good enough. I think that's good. Mohamed likely playing tomorrow, for those of you asking. Takes to the left-hand side, right to a bomb tower. Poison makes this hard for Adrian. Poison makes this really hard for Adrian. Which caster is the best CR player? Which caster in which language? If you're talking about English, then yeah, Juicy. Tell AC I said that. Two Cloud 2-0 says so many King of the Hills in this format. Yeah, honestly, I think that and passing other leagues, I've grown to really enjoy the 3v3 BO1s. I've grown to enjoy that, especially if it's BO1 dual mode, which I can't remember which tournament's doing that, but there's a tournament that's doing the 3v3 BO1s where it's dual mode within your team. And I really have grown to like that format a lot. National League did that, it's Oshman Rain. Yeah, National League, it's either National League or GKR, one of those two, did a 3v3 BO1 where it is dual. Good control of the musket here by DiegoB. Am I watching UFC tonight? No, I will not. I'm gonna go throw after this. We go get some lunch after this, then go throw a little bit. Maybe do some work on my house after that. Ghost here to snipe the bomb tower. Goblins to stop it, but Ghost plus Flying Machine will go to work. And that's a good wall. That's a kite wall breakers. Good job keeping that giant skeleton controlled. Very good job. Triple elixir. This is where DiegoB is meant to wake up and get it done. Flying Machine staying on the board. Arrows clean up. That's good poison value. The poison actually has been really valuable. You know, maybe I called that wrong. The poison making it hard for Adrian versus the fireball. Oh, wait a second. The mirrors are huge. The mirrors are huge. The giant skeleton's way in there. Wall breakers will not do enough to kite. I think that's there. Does it hit? No, it doesn't. That's massive. Poison for Adrian Pedro. Are the arrows gonna get there? Yes, arrows in. And GG. DiegoB gets it done. Woo! That was a tight finish, folks. That was a tight finish. And let's see, can I do it in time? Yes, I actually got my replay is done before they switch over the screen. Here we go. So here we are, Diego down by a fair bit. Giant skeleton gets in. The mirrored arrows end up being the play for Diego, and they're big. Fishboy to control the musketeer, and that's just enough damage. The fact that this giant skeleton bomb didn't pop is actually huge, because that would have been just easy dubs. Poison goes in, but Miner or Log isn't there. Log has to defend. Double arrows. Gonna stop that, and Miner can't go on offense for Adrian. GG. Let's go take a look at the current standings. Whoop. Let me go ahead and fix that. Boom. There we go. There we go. Lots of buttons to push all at once. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Next game will start here in just 1 second. And will they switch over? Well, I will, even though that... Oh, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Haven't seen a lot of Skelly Barrel today. Maybe double bait? Maybe Eric going some sort of weird clone deck? Dirk Greg, we're talking about the Spanish and Japanese caster players. Interesting question. I don't know if there's a Spanish caster who is better than Juicy. You know, X-Pro's a different ballgame. I know that Deco, who's one of the Portuguese casters, is really good at the game. Almost went pro. And in terms of Japanese players, Taiga, who casts in Japanese, is really good. And then, of course, there's X-Pros casting in Japanese now, but of like the non-X-Pros casting in Japanese, Taiga. Taiga might be the, like, of overall pure casters, not pro players, Taiga might be the best. Good chance he is. So, interesting deck here from Eric. Mortar, Skelly Barrel, Skelly King. Just a weird deck for Diego to deal with. Right? You're not playing against this very much right now. And good answers overall for the drills. And that's going to be a ton of damage here. And plus the skeleton barrel to the left. You have to log that. EGW, or Eric and Strangers overall, just... I thought this was EGW for a second. Eric and Strangers overall, just a little bit unorthodox. With under 2 minutes left and this kind of lead and all these answers for drills, I'm not really sure what Diego does here. You see the look on his face. I'm not sure he knows either. It seems unlikely that he just gets a ton of drill damage. And you see him just kind of trying to double throw behind this, but you do it once, that the layers just aren't there, aren't quite there. And the high flying machine just keeping the fireball out of the equation. So does DiegoB throw like drill, fireball, then log, and then try to find some way to control the flying machine in the middle? That seems to be his only option here. We're in triple. He can do it. Flying machine does go down. Here's his option. Does he have a fireball behind it too? He does. Fireball is big, and goblins do not get enough damage on tower though. But you see the rhythm. You see what he needs to do now. Log in. Goblins won't do much. Doesn't protect the musketeer. Oh, now he does. 1526 on the left-hand side. Here goes drill plus fireball. Cannon cart cannot connect, or that would be disastrous. 1521, 1526. This is wild. Fireball is in. Diego has drill plus log plus fireball. Diego might win this. Has to log against this skeleton barrel. Oh, and wow! What a game by Diego. The delay on the face cam. I'm going to clip that one more time to make a little reaction video from that later. Ooh, boy, Diego just skated in there. Just absolutely skated in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at that replay here, folks, because that was a fun finish. And this is what I told you guys, right? That he needed to start doing these double spell pushes. The log the log Ice Spirit wasn't it. And at this point, you can see the writings on the wall. Eric only has fireball. Diego has drill plus fireball plus log. So he can outspell this. Gets the log down, and that's it. Boom. And you can see that the face cams are just a little bit behind the rest of the gameplay here because of the clean feed. So I'll have to go ahead and stitch that together later for a fun little clip. But man, that was fun. Man, that was a blast. Oh, they're doing a replay version of this one. Oh, they're doing it that way. Okay. Well, Diego stays on board. And EGW up next for Strangers. Diego's in it today. Diego's in it today. I love that. RG right into that mortar. Keep in mind, folks, we're talking about people who are still in the mix. DiegoB currently 44th on our CRL rankings. And that 44, you can jump up fast. You can jump ranks very quickly with one good monthly final performance, even without getting a golden ticket. And Diego currently 3-0, or 2-0, I mean. C-Mac saying DGW reverse sweeps here. I don't know. And just chilling. CRL Esports on Twitter and Instagram asked a question about. I'm assuming it's the Fireball deck. It could be the Electro. It could be the Lightning version. I think it's the Fireball deck. RG Fireball was run like crazy in this last month of CRL, and there were two variants. There were the Monk variant and the Giant and the Skeleton King variant. Curious, what do you guys prefer? The Monk version of RG Fireball or the Skelly? RG aggressive on the right-hand side. Mortar not available, so that's going to be a ton of damage for Diego. He has now plenty of elixir to deal with the counter push. And that's a good, oh, doesn't get the fireball onto the cannon cart. So a little miscalculation there, and suddenly cannon cart with the gang behind it. Cannon cart's still on its wheels. Still on its wheels, and luckily for Diego, just doesn't escape here. RG working high against the mortar. Miner to the safe spot. Not trying to stretch. Mortars just have not been involved for EGW in maybe the most meaningful way. They're not doing much on defense and not getting much on offense. And that's a nice connection for EGW. This one could be a game changer. He needs to get maybe does he get one more shot at this? That's the last one. Fireball to clear. 2096, 1506, 1 minute left. And this is going to be big. I think this is a GG. DiegoB. DiegoB coming out and going to put together a King of the Hill sweep. That's a nice way to open up for Diego. Love seeing him perform like this. One of the nicest guys in Clash Royale. A former world champion. And this is a good day for former Team Liquid players. Surgical Goblin played very well today despite his team not succeeding. DiegoB opens up with a King of the Hill sweep. Get it. Get it. Get it. Big breath there from Diego. And a lot of people might not know this. DiegoB, of players who earned points in March for CRL, he had the biggest leap on the leaderboards. Went up about 300-something positions on the CRL leaderboards from March to April. So very nice stuff for him. Boom, boom. Who has one for now? Let's go take a look. Let's go ahead and put it on this screen. Boom. There's our current scoreboard. We just finished this. King of the Hill, 3-0. DiegoB, all done. Now we go into our first duel mode. Matchup of the day. Will be fun. Is EGW a Sith Lord? That's what I've been told. That's what I've been told. Let's see. How am I today? Liam Nachmani asks. I'm doing great. Doing great. I mean, if you're really low before, easy to move up. Morten was only high in March. No way for him to move up further in April. Yeah, well, he was like second or third. And he stayed at second or third. Right? But Diego took a big jump. I mean, yes, it's easy to move up if you were low, but he was, you know, it's still notable that he took a big jump up. Mugi also moved up 17 spaces, but not quite into contention yet. Not in the top 10 yet. Did I miss Mugi play? No, Mugi will be playing tomorrow during our grand final day. Who are the players for set 2? When I know, I'll tell you. Happy for the 100K. Thank you very much. I'm very happy about it too. And if you're watching right now, please also sub. Join in. Can I put up the sub count? People like seeing the sub count so much, huh? People are really enjoying the sub count? Let's put it up. Whoa, that's not where I want. That's probably not where it should go. Oh my word. What in the world? What a crazy graphic. Let's go ahead and crop that down a little bit, huh? There you go. There's the sub count for those of you who want to see it. Boom. There it is. Let's see. Still waiting to find out who's going to be in our set number 2. Mr. Bacon saying, Mugi will skip a few monthlies like he did in 2021 so they come back to qualify with golden tickets this year. It's even more possible. True. Which NBA team do you support? Sacramento Kings, baby. Very excited. Maybe I'll wear a Kings jersey for our next next broadcast. Rich is rude. What did I do? What did I do, Bull? What did I do? What did I do to you? When is 15 coming? No idea. Bring back the full graphic. No. Rich, who surprised you in this training with most of their performance? Good question. I mean, EGW kind of came out of nowhere from my perspective. I didn't know much about him at all before. And he's been fun to watch. Kings are going to lose. Chef Curry all the way. Well, we'll see. Currently 2-1 for my boys. Light the beam. Let's go. Beam team. The beam is new. I've never been to the new arena because I grew up going to Arco, playing, you know, watching the old Mitch Richmond days, old Polonice, then the great era, the Weber, Bibby, Peja, Vladi, Doug Christie, Bobby Jackson, Scott Pollard, Young Hito. Like I watched that version. Let's see. Rich, where's your silver 100K? It's coming soon. Are any game modes you absolutely would not want to see for Path of Legends? Most of them. TBH. All right. Waiting to see when we're going to get our actual matchup here. Bro, when Draymond Green comes back, it's over for the Kings. That dude and Luis Suarez can both pound sand, in my opinion. Like, when you get too many violent outbursts, like, things, I don't know. Maybe I'm out of pocket on Draymond. I think Luis Suarez should be banned from football forever. Luis Suarez should not be allowed to play. You bite, like, 3 people, you just shouldn't be allowed on a field again. That's my opinion. People might like Luis Suarez, but that dude, like, if you bit me, like, I'm surprised no one knocked him out. If you bit me during a game, I'm throwing hands. Like, I'm taking you put your teeth on me, I'm taking your teeth. What are you doing? I cannot believe, I actually get so fired up about this. I cannot believe that Luis Suarez is allowed to play professional football. It's actually crazy to me. Bro, that guy should be done. That guy should be done. And someone should have done him in already. Like, I thought football players were hard guys, you know what I mean? Like, how has nobody headbutted him after that? My word. Get out of here. It's going to be Hasiel versus EGW. Here we go. Number 2 from our first monthly final. Up against this weird new scientist. Let's see. Someone saying he's the goat of football? No. I'm from Uruguay. I did not like that. Well, tell him to stop biting people. Don't bite people. Why are you biting people? You're an adult. What are you doing? Don't bite people. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? The Hannibal Lecter of football. LMAO, football players haven't been hard for 20 years. Maybe. Is that true for every sport? Let's go ahead and jump into our dual mode matchup. What car needs nerf? Barbhead. Nerf it again. And EGW getting wild. EGW getting wild. Look, playing Pump. If you win with Pump, you just made yourself a really nice dual matchup. Did I just lose all my Uruguayan fans because I lit up Suarez? I don't know if there's ever been an EGW xopxsam matchup, but that would be a fun matchup with the crazy scientists. That's going to be significant. That's going to be real damage here. Who's prepared for? Who's prepping for Golem Pump Lumberjack right now? Who's prepping that? Thank you, Onyx. Thank you, Onyx. I appreciate that you still love me. Mwah. Good damage in here for Hasiel. That's a nice Mighty Miner ability. Is EGW just going to eat that? Ice Spirit was almost there. No, it was. Wow. All right, EGW trying to full send here. Do or die push for EGW right now with 30 seconds left. I'm kind of surprised he just full-on ate that. I guess that right-hand tower was low enough. He just didn't think about it, didn't worry about it. But this is a do or die right now. Wow. Okay. Okay. Golem was a problem, people pointed it out. Interesting choices here by EGW. Hasiel did some great work. And Hasiel has to love having Monk when he sees Flying Machine. Maybe Mirror Pigs for EGW. Good control here from Hasiel. And two very different Pigs looks. Is this about to be a Chivas 5-0 to open up? Is that what's about to happen here? And Hasiel with the delivery. Very nice to cover. Spurflay making the point the pigs are a good call here. Yeah, the delivery beating here. Nice to cover. And Flying Machine went off. Tomas, ask this question again during the break. I give you permission to re-ask that question. It appears that Hasiel has nothing for the Flying Machine directly other than this monk. Will he get a reflection going here? There he goes, a little bit of tanking. Pigs go through, and that's some great reflection. Some solid reflection there, and Hasiel right back in the lead with a ton of damage. Those goblins might have been a bit of an overcommitment that high. He was trying to protect, they might have been too much. And that delivery was just on time, otherwise that's going to be a problem. Flying Machine will get on tower still, though, and it's being tanked for by the Ghost. Flying Machine huge. Does Hasiel have Mortar again? He does. One level 12 pig gets away. Very, very close right now. 757 to 649. He might use spears here on this Flying Machine, and he does. Arrows out, and the Flying Machine not in range of tower. An interesting note here that EGW has 2 lanes. Hasiel has 1. Reflection in, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Delivery will be very late. Flying Machine does get taken off the board. Pigs down. Mortar going to be high. Mortar does come in high. Big opportunity for Hasiel right now. Cannon Cart plus Mortar. A recruit there tanking. Mortar not going to get on tower here, but pigs are in. Arrow's going to have to clean up. EQ does its work. Just like that, going to be right back in this one. Cannon Cart still alive, but being distracted. Final minute here. Triple elixir flowing. These pigs probably do damage, and probably do too much damage. That's it. GG. We're going to game 3, folks. Farzin, first place reward for each split is $7,500. $7,500. And a Mortar Miner variation out of EGW. Hasiel looking like maybe E-Giant here. Spell-wise for EGW. I want the key already run. Look at the clan here for a second. Oh, but it's Deuce. They're not up yet. And that NATO is more about just making sure that cannon cart breaks down over here, and it doesn't. Bomber has to come out. Hasiel in trouble here. He should be able to defend this, but he's going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, this is going to be a connection. Hasiel in a lot of trouble. Wow. Went a little bit too low. The NATO was extra. The NATO was extra, and now EGW takes the tower. That should be it. I don't see how he breaks past the TPS plus mortar unit. It's going to require the NATO of all NATOs, maybe. No, GG. Look at that. So much like our first set, blue team wins king. Our first match, I mean, blue team wins King of the Hill. And then red team comes back and 2 1s in the first dual mode set. NATO was too much. So there you have it. There you have it, folks. Let's see. Tomas, about a year ago, you talked about your dream format for teams, something like King of the Hill, or 2v2 duels King of the Hill. Has your dream format changed since introduction of Mega Draft and 3v3 and BO1? Interesting question. What I will say is that if 2v2 had what 2v2 I think is the best for is like super necessary for teams mode. I think the teams without 2v2 is kind of funny, to be honest. So I would love to have 2v2 back. The only thing I might change here, honestly, is 2v2 duels King of the Hill. I can kind of take or leave King of the Hill unless there's bans in King of the Hill. I don't know about Mega Draft in a primary competitive format. It still needs some tweaking, to be honest. They'll be doing some. Hopefully, there'll be some Mega Draft competitions coming to the channel pretty soon. I've been so busy with regular casting that I haven't had a chance to do the plan that we have in place. The 3v3 BO1s I like a lot if it's in dual mode. So, yeah, I don't know if I would change it. I don't know if I would change. I would just add bans to King of the Hill. So there you go. Here we go. King of the Hill set number 3. All tied up 1-1. CHIVAS with Anaban, Hasiel, Ardentoas. Strangers with Serdio, Adrian Pietra, and EGW. That's the story. Can I show that mortar deck really quick? No, go look it up at Royale API. Royale API, who gives great stat support to everything in Clash Royale. Check it out there. Let's see. Anything else here that I want to check out? I think we're good. Can somebody tell me what is this duel? Duel mode is where you cannot repeat cards. Game by within a best of 3. There you go. Oof, I'm getting hungry. Oh, it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My lord. Better make a better plan for lunch tomorrow. You know what I mean? I better make a better plan. Because I'm hungered, and we got 3 matches tomorrow. Next season, I believe, is just normal battles, not Mega Draft. I believe that's the case. I believe this is a 1-month test. Anaban out there hugging that baby dragon again, as he does. Shaggy Buns, go to Royale API. Find all that information there. Ram spam for Anaban. Serdio seems distracted. And Ram Rider behind. Bowler. This is Bowler GY? Bowler shuts down the Ram. Is this Bowler GY? And Smurf lands in this other one is sort of standard X is GY freeze. Well, that makes sense. Freeze makes sense if it's Bowler GY. Ram Rider not able to get through here, and freeze up top. Anaban not sniping Serdio's primary deck. Interesting that he's going to not look at this interaction. That Serdio's going to knock back the RG, but also get reflected. What a strange, strange interaction that is. Second Magic Archer down. How much of this is going to be about the monk? How much of this matchup is going to be about this monk? And immediate, wow. You try to go for the graveyard push on the right-hand side, and you run into an immediate offensive pressure in the other direction. Graveyard shut down. That Inferno Dragon not going away, though. Finally, Magic Archer gets in the game. But look at this freeze. Look at this freeze. Fireball has to come down. Anaban, pressure on. And the rate, you know, the undervalued, wow, that Magic Archer does get some connection. The undervalued actual chip damage of that Lumberjack pop. Serdio, 40 seconds left to flip this one around. But cannot get a tank for these graveyards. Can he get a freeze in? The arrow's clear. No tank available. Is there going to be a GY freeze play on the right? The second's ticking away here. He's had to use freeze at the bridge over and over again, and Lumberjack gets away. That's it. That's it. You're not going to GY freeze now. Well played by Anaban. Is the second verse the same as the first? Will it be Chivas winning King of the Hill? Much like we saw in our first matchup, one team wins King of the Hill, other team wins the dual mode and then back again. The freezes were just not quite there. Anime can block the Goblin's Marcher. Oh, I forgot. I should not be putting you on screen. Blog, because of your ridiculous name. Let's see. Nothing for Magic Archer, though. Bowler could carry. True. Infinite Marcher values, everyone talking about? Oh, we're in. That went fast. You can see Bale and Rebel chatting in the background. BWAG, come on, man. Change your name. You say smart stuff. Do I think poison needs a nerf? I'm not sure. Maybe. Smurflay pitted an E-Golem from Anaban. Maybe with the bar. Yeah, E-Golem bar putt? Ugh. And Adrian's like, oh. Why? Why? Ugh. 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 These are the noises I make when facing or casting the Stinky Cheese deck. The bar putt version too. God, is anybody, someone said he's trolling. Someone here says he's trolling. He's trolling Adrian. Maybe he's trolling me with bar putt. Poison Law trying to burn all this off. Battle Healer is so annoying. Battle Healer may be one of the worst additions to the game ever, as far as cards. The Elixir Golem would be less annoying if Battle Healer is rubber. But come on, the Battle Healers. Ugh. Like, Battle Healer is literally only good for meme videos where you spam, like, where both players spam, like, 1,000 Battle Healers. Other than that, ugh. Anaban might win this. Anaban really might win this. Oh, he has a lot to deal with here. A lot to deal with here. An old kitey. Mega Knight. Okay, cool. Mega Knight, EWIZ, Phoenix. You don't see me actively root one or the other very much, but when E-Golem's out there, just, yeah. My impartiality. Goes out the window. Out the window, folks. I can contain myself with gold. That's it. That's it. That's it. GG's. I mean, trying to stay in it. Not going to happen. There you have it. Yeehaw! Get Barb Hut? Get Barb Hut out of here. Get Barb Hut out of here. Bye-bye. Adios. Adios. All right. Hey, don't come on my channel and talk trash. Timed out. Actually, you know what? Just I meant to time you out, not ban you. Be nice. I've been streaming for a long time. We're having a fun day. Sometimes I'm going to be going full tilt. Sometimes I'm going to complain about Eagle and Barb Hut. All casting professionality goes out the window. Professionalism goes out the window when it's Eagle and Barb Hut. What a close match. LOL. This match needs to be over. Yep. Yeah, Eagle was overpowered before Battle Healer, and then they nerfed it and they put Battle Healer back in, and then ugh. Barb Hut buff. Vitor, watch yourself, Vitor. Where'd you get that Clash Royale logo shirt? I'm looking to buy one too. I actually have like tons of these at my house, but I didn't buy it. Rich got beef with Battle Healer. Yeah, this Battle Healer, all the things are Eagle and Battle Healer is always awful, and then Barb Hut is also awful. You put those together and it's like, ugh. All right, here we go. Hasiel in it. Hasiel on the strength of his month 1 performance. Still top 6 on the CRL leaderboards, which actually puts him top 4 when you take out Mohamed Light and Pandora, because they already have golden tickets. Really good spot for him to be in. King Tower activation for Adrian. And he's a little happy with that because I think we saw him miss that Wall Breakers activation a couple of times the other week. Why do I hate Barb Hut more than Goblin Hut, says Pranav? I mean, Goblin Hut's stronger than Barb Hut. Barb Hut, when it's good, just slows the game down to an entirely unwatchable and almost unplayable pace. The Barb Hut meta as a caster was the most boring thing ever, and I hated it. Goblin Hut's at least less slow and boring, but I think all spawners should be weak. Tombstone's the only one that like I don't have a huge, but I don't think like really needs to be weak. But I think all spawners, spawners in general, need to be really underpowered. And Adrian golems up. And the Wall Breakers will sneak past. Nice little thread of the needle by Hasiel. Harrison for saying anybody has 5 champions get rid. It's very funny. NATO not going to be enough here. Barbara also come out too. So right now, Hasiel in good control. I'm trying to make a little bit of separation here. Bomb tower down low. Nice poison. Using the Mighty Miner to create separation, right? Just to the knockback of it is in and of itself a very powerful tool. Good connection there for Hasiel. The knockback of the Mighty Miner bomb in and of itself is a very powerful tool. The players are not at a casual level not thinking about enough. And despite this King Tower activation, Wall Breaker's still getting on for Hasiel. Doing a really good job with those. And great misdirect with the Goblins. Barbarrel does not get involved. This is a lot though. Lightning in, Wall Breaker kite, mildly effective. Can Adrian defend this and take advantage of what he's got going on the right-hand lane? 14:30. to now under 1,000 HP. Big push incoming. Lightning will be available for this push. Adrian wants to get a NATO connection here. I don't know if that's going to be the right idea, though. Lots on the board. Kite's trying to work. Wall breakers go down. Miner. Not going to be enough. Lightning gets in. Can Adrian get on tower? The bird gets there. The bird gets there. Adrian. Piedra. The Aztec Eagle. Throwing some heat here. Able to break through and get the win against Hasiel. Adrian. I thought I had, do I not have comments on this screen? Here we go. Hasiel with the lead here, and this Wall Breaker's Kite just gets double Electro Dragoned. That right there's it. That's the end. Mighty Miner can't do anything. Just not able to control. Just not able to be able to control. Ardentoas up next. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and get this back up here again. Electro Dragon, the single most polarizing support card in beatdown decks, says Smurf Blade. So removing that key easily is the key. Yeah, that's huge. The ability of the Mighty Miner Bomb to open it up to poison attacks. Personal preference, I hate the Furnace more than Barb Hut. The Furnace is annoying to an extreme degree that feels unfair. Furnace is stronger than Barb Hut right now, but Barb Hut is just like... if I were on the dev team, I would want to vault it, which is why I'm not on the dev team. Let's see. Watching beatdown is so boring. A lot of the time. Yeah, I feel you. Furnace is offense, Barb Hut is defense. Yeah. Defense should be hard. Defense should not be easy. That's why, like, the Ice Was NATO Tombstone needed to be nerfed, right? When Ice Was NATO Tombstone was in everything for a while. Ice Wiz dying to Fireball is so important. Right? Didn't Ice Wiz used to not die to Fireball? Right? So Ice Wiz NATO Tombstone was so strong. Defense first is also why everyone hates Expo. Yeah. Expo just sits back and locks things down. Air Server, we need a NATO nerf for 3+ years. Yeah, just how do you nerf it? How do you nerf it appropriately and then not make Miner and Hog too strong? That's the hard part. Ice Wiz used to be so overly tanky. Yeah. Yeah, like, so that was a problem. Ice Wiz needed to get nerfed. I don't know if Ice Wiz needs a little buff now because Ice Wiz is so unused. But there you go. We're waiting on Ardentoas here for a second. Yeah, how do you nerf NATO without killing it? Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico saying you nerf everybody by removing NATO? If you remove NATO, you, like... I think you make the game really hard to balance. I think so. Let's see. Nightmares about my Warburg getting pulled the king. Yeah, I feel you on that one. There was a time that Ice didn't even one-shot skeletons. They needed to buff him. Sure. Yeah, NATO needs some balance, but it's hard to balance correctly. Let's go ahead and jump into Game 4 here. Ardentoas up next for CHIVAS. Big momentum game right here. If Adrian wins this and gives his team... I mean, the winner here gets match point. And match point going to strangers right now would put a lot of pressure on CHIVAS. Nerfing other spells' crown tower damage would help a lot with things. Interesting. Why has Golem suddenly become the meta of the day? We've talked about this for many years, but the idea that individual matches develop metas is really interesting. Matches develop their own metas. Hence, we're seeing a whole lot of Golem right now. They both golem up pretty much the exact same time. And you can see that you're playing beatdown. Adrian puts his phone all the way down, rubs his hands a little bit, maybe makes himself some tea. A sandwich comes on back. NATO to control here. And I think that despite the damage lead going to Adrian Piedra, Arden comes out on top because of this cannon card. He has to bird. He's not going to. Maybe he'll wait and bird behind the cannon card. So he forced out the Electro Dragon to the left-hand side. This E-Drag's going to be unimportant. And now, Golem, Baby Dragon. Oh, interesting. He puts Cage behind all of that. He's just trying to stack up this lane right now. Arden thinks he might be able to take a massive, massive lead here. He might be right. That Electro Dragon is not staying on the board. Baby Dragon, Phoenix, he's just stacking. Full send. All gas, no brakes right now from Arden. And he does not get that much from it. Gets the lead. Oh, well, those two Baby Dragon spits were big. And I see people saying failed lightning block. You can see Arden behind on Elixir now. This could spell trouble. You see him shaking his head there. He fell behind significantly. And that lightning, pretty big here. I think that cannon cart turns the... Does he need that NATO? And both guys going rocks immediately. 30 seconds left. Barb Barrel trying to get on the cage. Barb Barrel trying to protect the cage. Arden needs to NATO back here. 1364. That was a big connection here. I don't think Adrian can get there though. No, he can't. GG. Game 5 incoming. Well played, Ardentoas. Yeah, and Lucas saying, what are these decks? No Golden Knight. Interesting choices being made here. Interesting choices being made. Let's see. Arden's been shaking his head ever since. Yeah, he was shaking his head for a while. It's been a fun day in the chat today, folks. It's been a good time in the chat today, folks. Love to see Adrian gives the applause. Yeah, Adrian's a class act. Have you ever watched any animes? Some, yeah. Sajin for the first time chat on Twitch. Thanks for joining. Man, I probably need a better breakfast or something. I'm starting to drag a bit. I'll be honest. My energy level's a little low. I didn't realize it was going to be almost 2 o'clock. These matches going deep. These matches going deep today. Rich, Garcia or Tank? I don't know enough about that fight, honestly, to give a educated opinion. So there you go. Shout out Bangladesh. Thanks for the love. Drink a Red Bull, Rich. Yeah, I already had 2 cups of coffee, bro. I'm not trying to redline this heart, you know what I mean? All right, here we go. Game 5. Who takes match point here? EGW and Strangers or Ardentoas and Chivas? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. And that's huge. That's big. Maybe you don't let that happen. Let's open up the game. Flying Machine will do some work to even it up, but not enough, because the Giant Skeleton Bomb is kind of a problem, folks. I don't know if you know this, but it is ill-advised to let Giant Skeletons get too close to your tower, because they drop a very large bomb that hurts a bit. Are you aware that that's a problem? But EGW back in here. So this one's interesting. Man, Arden's having feelings. He's up in his feelings right now. So about a 80-point lead right now for Arden from bottom right to top left. Snowball arrows. Oh, and here comes the loot. Flying Machine out of cycle. Can he get the zappies in time? He does. Snowball to disrupt. I think that's a drop. I think it's a drop. Yes, it is. Wow. Good opportunistic loon by Arden. Flying Machine going to be a concern. Well dealt with. Sudden death overtime, 7:39 at 17:02. And Ardentoas so far with some creative gameplay. And good, just really good timing. That's been the big thing, is when he's chosen to go has been really good. And that he gets the win right there. Boom, boom. CHIVAS Esports. CHIVAS Esports doing it. Here we go. Let's take a look at the first big. Oh, that's the wrong. Wow. Why is the replay going back to me? Can we get to the gameplay? Replay? There we go. So here we go. The first big moment. Let's get back into it. Right about. Let's replay. You guys now see how my replay system works. There we go. Miner goes to the outside. Fishboy pulls. And then great Ardentoas. Great work. Solid stuff. And again, just general piece of advice. Do not let giant skeletons die next to your tower. So then, let's go to some of the other great stuff by Arden. Arden was just smart with his loon timings. So here we go. Right? Zappies are being distracted, and then they're dealt with. So Zappies are on a cycle. He knows it's going to be hard for Arden for each of them to get back to those in time to have any meaningful way to stop this loon. Miner comes in, pre-snowball, GG. Attack. Tip of the day. Take more towers than your opponent. Smart play. Rich, will you compete in esports leagues for content creators? Probably not. Depends. Is Mo participating? Yes, he'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, because that's when we have the semifinals and grand finals. Tip of the day, win. True. If you take more towers than your opponent, you'll be as good as Mo. That's actually, that's what he does. He wins more towers. But yes, we will see Mohamed Light and the rest of his squad tomorrow, as we know that Tribe Gaming will be playing against PUIGINS tomorrow, and the winner of this will be up against CALALAS tomorrow, as we do have 2 CALALAS teams in there. So there you have it. Here we go. It's now match set for CHIVAS, and Ardentoas coming right back out versus Adriel and Pedro. Dual mode, in-game, coming. Let's go ahead and get a vote here. Do you guys think it's going to be Arden or Adriel? Let me go ahead and get this into the YouTube chat. Will it be Arden or Adriel? Is there a mod that can do channel points on Twitch to vote this one? What do you guys think, folks? Can the Aztec Eagle get one more big one? Can the trend of red team wins... what is it? Is it red team or blue team? No, can the trend of blue team wins King of the Hill and then red team wins the 1v1? Can that trend continue? Andy in the chat talking some mess. Smurfblade saying he thinks Arden has too much momentum. Well, the voting is not super imbalanced here. The voting is actually pretty even. Crazy Chan with the hola. Hola to you too. Is Mo Light in this cup? Yes, he is. Look in the. You can see all the teams in the description below. Air Surfer should join Tribes as mastermind. If Tribes picking people up, he'd be a good person to pick up. That's for sure. If someone can do predictions on Twitch, that would be helpful. If there's a mod, well, attack. You're a mod. Do predictions. You know what I mean? I've never even done channel predictions. Manage prediction. Starter prediction. Wait. How do I even do this? I'm not trying to learn predictions right now. What is that book in the background? This is not Fame. That is a book by one of my favorite comics of all time, Doug Stanhope. The Pizza book is a big book about the Beastie Boys. That's them in front of Stromboli's Pizza. What's the prediction? Adrian or Arden? Yeah, that's the prediction. Set it up. Let's go. Get it. Let's see. On YouTube, I'm going to end this poll here. Fave, I've seen you ask that question a bunch. there's no rules about who can and can't compete. That would be crazy. Everyone's allowed to compete, just have not seen very many female pro players. Sia played for OGN Entis, is that right? Is that who she played for? Or was it, what was the team that, she played the same team as Hire and Solo Man. So there you go. It's not a lot of female pros. Drill for Adrian. It's interesting to see how much Fisherman has expanded beyond purely being Royal Giant. And this might still be Royal Giant. But it's interesting to see that Fisherman has expanded. This is probably Graveyard. The snowball being a big factor. It's interesting how Fisherman expanded into this a little bit. Used to pretty much be just a Royal Giant card. So here we go, first 2 minutes away. And just like this whole day has been, this game is very close. And there you see Bomb Tower being tanked for. There's a snowball coming in, no arrows are coming in. Log to defend. First test passed for Adrian. And that's going to be some damage on the right, I think. Just barely avoids it. Just barely avoids it. Well done with the snowball. And really all Arden needs to do is get 500 damage every time. Drills are going to be easier for him to defend than it's going to be for Adrian to defend effectively down the stretch. So if Ardentoas walks away with 500 damage every time, I think he wins this. Fireball finally in for some value. And Arden's got to be very happy that that Musketeer did not touch. You want to start seeing maybe a pre-arrows out of Arden. He's maybe a little bit nervous about that idea just because of how devastating it would be to miss a pre-arrows. And that went way better for the young world finalist. 1689 to 2061. And this time, just trying to go offense at the same time, just mix things up as Adrian. Gives up a lot of damage. Arden can just shut down drills so much, so Adrian now is trying to see, can I outcycle one of your drill counters? But the problem is, you outcycle one, there's another one. Fireball, okay. Zappy's right behind, though. And look at this. Look at this damage coming in from Arden. 800, now a little bit less up. $500 to 600 HP up right now in this lane. Just cycle arrows. I don't even left the graveyard. And Adrian trying to find something. Goes to the inside. There's nothing there. And now match point and a chance at the semifinals for Ardentoas and CHIVAS Esports. Ardentoas in the hunt for another World Finals, currently number 32 on our rankings. In the hunt right now for a semifinal in the Queso Cup. Does Arden have something that Fireball is strong against? Graveyard, winning with Graveyard, a nice pick here. And looking like maybe it's going to be Ram Spam. So Arden does go with a Flying Machine-based deck, which is going to be difficult for Adrian to deal with. But what does he do about pigs? And does finally get the reflection on to clear. Adrian, good dual lane pressure so far. Keeps the pressure on. Rage to clear. Rage killing stuff is just funny. Some people are saying Lava Clone because of the Flying Machine. I mean, the Ghost makes me feel like it's not, but you know, I could be surprised. Is this the new version of Lava Clone? Smurfblade saying Ram Rider's more likely, and I agree, with Flying Machine instead of Magic Archer. That's a nice set of Rascals to get that mortar connection. And Adrian gonna be very happy. Now has both towers into pretty significant trouble. And I saw someone earlier asking, even with the buff, how come we're not seeing spears more often? Because, I think partially because they die so easily to move. I think there's often better options for your ranged attack and better options for 2 elixir. Fave asking, do you think the game get to a point where you don't know someone's entire deck can play 3 cards? Yeah. It's called Mega Drafts. I guess you know all the cards, all the deck before you play it, but you know what I mean. You get my idea here. And those Skellies actually working against Adrian Pedro in a little bit, as that Flying Machine does not go down. Fireball should be here. Goes Lumberjack instead. That's a lot of damage for Arden to soak up. And he's trying to put this into one big push. Very interesting. Will this push mean anything? Rages everything. Ram Rider trying to sneak through. Ram Rider does not touch. Fireball down. And now you have no Fireball for these piggies. Ghost. There's not enough DPS here for this, I don't believe. That should be it. Rage. Wow. Rage, Ghost, Lumberjack shuts it down. Lumberjack goes right to tower. And that's the strangest exchange I think I've seen today. Arden has to win here, or it's it, or that's it. We're going to game 3. He has to win right now. I don't think he can beat any Q out, though, but he can. GG. Game 3 incoming. Here we go. Game 3 incoming. Here we go. Hog a possibility for Arden. He did play it a lot in the past. No NATO played either way, though. If I'm Adrian, I'm playing something with NATO. And there goes the hog. Does Adrian have Nana? Is it MK Prince instead? And I got it right over Air Surfer. I'll hold that one. I'll hold on to that victory. MK Prince wall breakers for Adrian. Is this the guards version from Arden? Yes, it is. Arrows will be nice here for Adrian. Mortar connections are a big deal for Arden here. That's a big wall breakers push. Muskie does not get on the wall breakers. That's a huge connection. Wow. Is the second verse same as the first? Can Adrian clutch up and once again we go to set 5? Is my lunch going to be a dinner? Stay tuned, folks. Slowing things way down here. Chestnut saying Adrian should win this easily. A little early EQ cycle here as we go into double elixir out of Arden. MK Prince, Inferno Dragon. Guards will be arrowed. No arrows available yet because of the elixir. And nice hold here from Arden. One heck of a hold from Arden. He mortars instead of hogs. And the mortar does connect. Huge moment for Arden. This is a big one for Ardentoas. He needs to try to keep this mortar up. Instead, he has to go back and settle. Has no way to control up high. Muskie goes right to the Miner goes right to the Musketeer. Mighty Miner comes through and nearly gets a King Tower activation on top of stopping those wall breezes. Arden now in the EQ cycle rhythm. Adrian switching lanes here, and this way he wants to get dual lane pressure. Wants to force some of that spending this way. And mortar connects again for Arden. This might be it. This might be it. Hog gets on. Mortar connects. Wave it off, folks. Ardentoas gets it done. CHIVAS Esports moving on to your semifinals. GG, well played. Adrian had a shot, but it wasn't enough. Take a look at the replay, folks. Actually, hold on. Let's go back here and celebrate this for we'll take this celebration moment first. Celebration moment first. And then we'll come back and take a look at that replay. Congrats, CHIVAS, for moving on. I Love Rich. What a great name. What a nice name. Let's go look at that replay now, folks. Oh, wait, no, we have the bracket. Never mind. Never mind, here's the bracket. Tomorrow, same place, right here. Tribe Gaming, semifinals against PUIGINS. Yeah, that PUIGINS team of Mugi, Mohamed Light, Lucas, and Griko. Facing off against Tribe Gaming with Wallace, Sandbox, Betfas, and CALALAS. And then you just saw CHIVAS Esports clutch up. Tomorrow they face CALALAS Ruben, Sub, Vitor, Adriel, and Pedro. Will it be a CALALAS versus CALALAS grand final? We have yet to see. Would be a huge upset, probably in either matchup, especially PUIGINS versus Tribe. Looking at that replay finally. I told you we'd get it. I told you we'd get it. And you see Arden nicely ahead. He kind of just had put this together. And you see Adrian Pedro now trying to spam that right-hand lane. And maybe going a little early with this big spam, this like, spam that lane. Right? You still have 30 seconds before triple. And he just gives up the mortar connection. Mega Knight's too late for the hog. You're just a little early for that. You're a little early for that. So there you have it. There you have it, folks. It was a fun one. Will there be a grand final tomorrow? Tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow, semifinals and grand finals. It'll be a long stream tomorrow. It'll be a long one tomorrow. 3 best of 5s. Come on, let's get some sweeps tomorrow, please. Some sweeps? Can we sweep some of these tomorrow? Do I need to order a pizza to be delivered during the show? We'll find out. We'll find out that and more tomorrow right here. That's the end of today's stream, folks. It's been a whole lot of fun. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to go find someone to host. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Like this thing. Come back mañana for the finals. And as always, be excellent to each other. Party on, dude. Peace. Later. Bye. All right, Twitch. Here we go. Let me end that YouTube stream.